Welcome back, guys. Today is our first episode, and we're going to talk about
social media, and we're going to talk about the pros and cons of it.
Yeah, for sure.
Gonna talk about a lot of topic based on social media because I know y'all be wilding
all the time,
especially on Twitter.
On Twitter.
Especially on Twitter.
But yeah, so different things we want to talk about, how it basically affects our lives. Maybe even talk about the different generations growing up in social media, even those, that grew up without it, and maybe how it affects them as well.
Mm-hmm. First, we want to talk about what we use social media for. For me, I would say I use social media just like when I'm bored. A lot of the time, if I'm doing something fun or with my girlfriend, sometimes I don't really be on social media that often. But other than that, that's my opinion.
To be honest, mine is strictly for entertainment purposes, man. I love to smile, I love to laugh. So, whether it's Twitter, Instagram, Facebook here and there, this dude laughing right here because he got something slick to say. But for the most part, that's what I use it for. But
OnlyFans, that's what he uses it for too.
Well, I use social media for everything. I use social media to sometimes get information on not necessarily news and stuff, but get information on
that's how I know my news.
On what's happening in the music industry or what's happening in what's new sounds are coming out, what albums are dropping, or any type of information that I'm interested in, movies coming out, those type of things. That's why I use social media for mainly. And it's also, it helps me when I'm bored. But I should start doing better and not going to social media when I'm bored. But, social media is I'm addicted. I ain't gonna lie. I'm addicted. I stay on Twitter all day long. If I'm not working, if I'm not busy, I'm always on Twitter. If I'm not working or busy, I'm always on Insta. So it's just it's one of those things that I'm trying to
I can't honestly remember,
get rid of, honestly.
The last time I was just strictly all social media. Other than, and I'm not counting any times where I'm at a spot where, I basically have no Wi-Fi or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about if I had the choice, strictly look, you have everything available to you, but me actually choosing not to do it, I probably can't tell you when or if I ever done it.
For me, I can say I was off of social media for a week, and that was just 2 weeks ago because I was fasting, so I wasn't on social media at all for the whole week. It was supposed to be 21 days, but I had to stop early because I started getting migraines because my diet changed crazy. But I felt perfectly fine not being on social media because after Kobe Bryant died, people on social media was just wilding. So I just had to take that break from social media, mentally, and it was just crazy on social media.
That takes some type of discipline.
My longest time on social media had to be one summer. I had to switch my phone company, right? And I had a flip phone.
Got no social media.
That shit ain't got no social media. I can't even go on the internet on that hoe. So I'm on that I'm on a flip phone, and I'm yo, I ain't got no social media. So the whole entire time, I just got my people's numbers on there, my sister and people I need to call. And people texting me random, and I taking 2 hours to reply, cause you gotta press the button 6 times a day. So that I was on social media for 2 weeks.
You have to go online on the computer to use social media.
Facts, bro. You don't want to be on Instagram. You don't want to be on a computer on Instagram. I joined this.
Oh, that's a real show.
You had to double click. Not even double.
That was my first time. My second time was by choice, which was a week. I usually take breaks off on weekends when I feel like it. When I feel like it's too much for me, just to have a breather, some space.
We have a question. Our next question is what do we see on social media? Y'all want to answer or elaborate?
Jeez, I see a lot of things. I see too many things on social media. I see too many things on social media, and sometimes too many opinions, too many different people coming on there. I don't like to use the word toxic because we overuse that word. But at the end of the day, it's toxic, bro. It's toxic. And everybody needs to give their opinion or their 2 cents or their 3 cents, bro. Some of us, some of us just need to keep quiet on certain topics. We're not experts at anything. We just need to
I do.
Get the information from the expert.
I shut up.
Just try to act like you don't know shit sometimes.
Sometimes,
You feel
right?
me? Just, you know what I mean? Sometimes you
Sit
just
down
act,
and be humble,
just
man.
like be humble, bro. Like,
Nah, I feel you. I mean, sometimes, you know, I mean, depending on the topic too. Obviously, we all have our different opinions on certain issues, but
Mhm.
I mean, I guess you could say that's one good thing about social media. It's just the way that people handle it. If you can be mature about it and and I've seen legit conversations where people are mature and having a nice discussion or debate or whatever. I mean, it is what it is. But then again, you do have your immaturity, and it's not even just people our age. You see a lot of people that are
Yeah.
older than us
everybody,
having their
bro.
own type
Everybody.
of mindset, and these are the people who are like, oh, I can't do Facebook. Oh, I can't do this. I can't do that. You can do it. It's a matter of choice or not. You know, you choose what you want to. Well,
Yeah.
sometimes, but depending on who you follow, who you're friends with, or whatever the situation is, I mean, you choose whether to engage in the conversation or just ignore it.
Mhm.
I've seen many things where I could have said stuff. Now, when I was younger, I mean, I didn't go wild, but certain people, especially if I knew I was friends with them, I would kind of not really throw shade, but kind of
Make jokes.
make jokes.
Yeah.
You know. I guess you could say it's like this. You
Or
know what
talk
I'm saying?
shit. I don't know.
Do I regret it? Not really. But I gotten older and I seen stuff, and if there's some things I'll be like starting to tweet out or maybe comment, and I'll be like, nah. I'm like, 'cause
Yeah.
it ain't even worth it
Somebody already
sometimes.
posted that thought.
Yeah.
Everybody know everything. What you
You
think?
know?
How you feel, Rod?
For me, I feel like social medias don't have no boundaries, and that's a big issue for me because a lot of people just be talking about anything, and especially being a Christian, a real Christian, I feel like people just throw the name out like I'm a Christian. But we're gonna get on that in one of our episodes about religion and
Different topics. We have a lot of different topics that
Yeah.
kind of relate to each other. So
So today, this
that-
topic is social media.
yeah. So I'm not gonna go too deep on that. It's just basically
That's
based
a
on
good point,
people's
though.
boundaries,
Yeah.
and people be tripping.
One thing I like about social media, which I
Nigga,
Definitely
wait,
seen.
man, nigga ask a question.
Oh.
You jump in.
Alright, man,
bro.
listen,
Yeah,
man.
fine,
Listen,
fine.
man. That's just what we're doing this for, you know.
My
But
bad, yo.
that's what I'm trying to say is, well, you know, one thing I love about social media is this, I would say, recent spread of positivity more often. You know, it is. We used to see a lot of, especially on Twitter. If you're talking about old Twitter, some people know about old Twitter. Old Twitter, man, used to be ruthless. You know, like it wasn't nice. You know, it wasn't for the weak. That's for sure. Now, I mean, you know, things
People are
change.
sensitive.
People are more sensitive, which you know,
Can't
whatever.
talk about anything now.
Nothing. You know,
That's why
without
I don't be
somebody saying
tweeting like that because I'm an asshole.
and not even that, you know, you could just be too real about a certain topic and people can't handle it, especially if it's the truth. You know, but you know, if you want to say you're asshole, that you know, I'm with you. You'll be considered.
That's
Yeah.
quotation marks with the asshole part.
But yeah, I would definitely say, you know,
Okay,
you
you
could
see
be
his
real
face.
about
He
a
acting like he
topic.
mad as shit now.
I'm not even.
I'm an asshole.
I'm chilling.
But like I said, the recent spread, you know, past few years of positivity that I see amongst people, which is a great thing, you know, which more people need rather, you know,
Yeah,
than
for
negativity.
sure.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I do enjoy a good roasting here and there, but I
Yeah,
mean,
you
the
definitely need
positivity-
some kind of roast entertainment.
Yeah. I go to social media for the roasting session.
Yeah.
I be roasting the shit out of people.
Yeah.
I
And
feel-
then another thing, if you can't handle it, then just log off. All right, that's something that's, you
it's
know,
easy, bro.
it's
Like,
very easy.
sometimes it's
you know?
not easy for some people, but for me, I feel like it's easy. If I feel like, oh, I don't want to see that content or I don't want to promote that rhetoric,
Scroll it,
I
yeah.
would just move on.
There's a lot of
Go
things
to
that
something
could
that I
be-
would want to promote and something I would like to support. It's called swiping up.
Yeah.
You know, you do this motion. It's swipe up.
It's very simple. So I don't want to hear anything about no cyberbullying and nothing like that. Okay. So but
Our next question is how may social media affect our relationships? Y'all want to start or should I start?
Shit, you start, brother.
For me, I would say being that I'm in a relationship, social media in the beginning stages it started to affect us because I was using my phone a lot to be on social media. I didn't know like how to split up my time where like I put my phone down and not be in social media, and sometimes we'll get in arguments because of it. But
yeah, that's an interesting topic to go at. Like when you talk about relationship and social media. I mean, it always, of course, depends on who you're in a
We could make
relationship
that
with.
an episode for real.
You
Yeah,
can.
we're good.
We can.
But
But
right
we'll
now-
touch up. We'll,
Yeah,
let me
just
touch up
base
on it
right
now.
Yeah.
Stay tuned with that one, by the
Stay
way. Subscribe, like, comment, all that. But anyway, so what I was gonna say was, yeah, like, I mean, instances where, man, people get, again, there's pros and cons, I guess you could say. I try to keep it on the pro section and like, keep things positive. But when it comes to relationships on social media, I can't help but think about the negatives, and by that, like, what people see on other people's relationship, comparisons. That's what I see sometimes. Some people may want to compare a certain, their relationship. They want to be a certain way. They
Yeah.
want to have a certain image is what I want to get at. And not everybody's like that. Your partner may not be like that, not be that type of person that likes to share stuff all the time and everything like that. We live in a world where we just have to share everything to anybody, but again, not everybody's like that. Some people like just to keep it low key, if they feel like sharing something, with their significant other. I mean,
Yeah,
That's
that's
what they
their
wanna do.
business,
yeah. But I mean, if you're that type of person, I ain't gonna knock you, then by all means, that's your business. That's what you want to do. So, but I don't know. For me personally, I like to keep it low key. So, I mean, that's different.
Yeah, for me, I don't really care. Honestly, I really don't care. I feel like social media affects different people, relationships in different ways. It depends on the individual. Honestly, like Justin said, for him, he likes to keep his things to himself and his information, his personal information, his personal relationships to himself. So that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, you go on some people on Instagram, you see their whole life story and stuff. That's how they want to. That's how they want to interact with the public, and that's how
Sometimes
they
it
are.
be fake.
You know what I mean? Yeah, sometimes it's fake,
Yeah.
but like that's their business, and that's for me, I don't really care. Like I
No.
don't post too many things on. I don't post too much about my information or my family information. I try not to post that much. I try to post little by little, and the people that I try to follow are people that I know personally, so I can have like a community of individuals that I can see once in a while on a daily basis. It's not necessarily individuals from like China that I ain't never gonna see because I want to show off to them. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to.
Facts.
I'm not trying to. Yeah, I'm not trying to build like a public persona or public.
Image.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be a celebrity or anything. I'm just interacting with my fellow mates or my friends.
This I would like.
Yeah.
I would love to hear an opinion from a female for sure. Just to see their view on it.
Bro, we definitely need
Like I
that.
said,
So if you're a female, you could just comment down below.
Absolutely.
Just let us know how you feeling.
Or hit us, on any social media that we
Email
have,
us, social media,
whatever
and
it
all
is,
that.
man.
Our last question is, how does social media affect us mentally?
Me, I don't let it affect me mentally. There's a lot of things I don't let it affect me. It's hard to speak about that, so I'll probably let other people who have an opinion comment on this. Again, just the type of person I am. I don't let things get to me. If something is to bother me, I mean, I kind of get over it quickly. Life goes on. Life is too short just to get angry over.
But I got a
social
question
media.
for you though. You never seen someone on Instagram that blew you out, like just made you mad that day? Like you just read it. It didn't ruin your whole day, but you read it and you were like, what the hell? What the? What?
I mean,
You know what I mean? Like you didn't have one of those incidents where you see something like, okay, let's say for instance, something happened and you have a strong opinion about it,
I mean,
and you see a comment,
All the time.
and you feel some type of way about it. You just think about it the whole entire time. Like that
I
never
can't say I
happened to
get
you?
stuck on it. I'll okay, depending on
Because
what
like
it is.
like your moods, it affects your moods and stuff. Does it? Like social media, you go on Instagram, you just get tight because you saw a comment. Then the next comment will be of a smiling baby, or your next picture. You know what I mean? You just like you scroll and you see some ignorant thing, and you scroll next, and you like, oh, sheesh, that's a cute child.
All right, well,
Or you be like, damn, that big.
I mean that's. I mean,
Or it could go.
are you
either
talking
way,
about
you
like
know what I mean?
emotions? Like I mean, I guess you want to consider that under
I guess you can
a mental
control.
effect, because that. I mean, to me, that's just like simple emotion. Like you see something like what the heck, or you're like, oh, that's cool, or this and that. I mean, that's just simple emotions. But like
Yeah.
something, I can't say like I'll look at my phone and see something and I'll be like super mad about it. I'll walk off, slam my phone. No, I don't have to slam my phone, but put my phone down and just be pressed about it for the rest of the day. Like what? Nah. Like I said, life is too short. There's a lot of serious issues going
That's
on.
facts, though. That's facts.
Like I said, that's just the way I look at things in general.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll let other people speak about it, but me personally, no matter. Life goes on. You guys got?
What would you guys say?
For me, I would say some stuff affect me, some stuff don't. Like I feel like some niggas just be acting like they're flourishing in life, and when you really know them, you know that that ain't their life, and that really bugs me because like you putting a fake persona out, and it's like I don't like fake people, so it's like be you, be yourself.
Yeah.
That's like the only thing that bugs me out. Like if you're not a gangster, don't be a gangster. Nigga. Like that's dead ass. Like
It's simple.
simple. Just be yourself. Like I'm not a gangster. I'm a PK. I be chilling. I go to church every Sunday. I be chilling.
PK stands for Preacher's Kid, for those who didn't know that.
Yeah.
So
I be chilling.
I
But
didn't know that.
and now you know.
Thank you.
but if you have any questions, comments, just hit
Bro,
us
I
up
didn't get my
down below.
opinion. Niggas about to
I
turn
thought
off.
you, nigga. I thought you.
God
did
damn.
it. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yo.
You got. Our producers
shit.
telling us to shut down, but we got. Go ahead.
But
Ash.
shit, what I want to say about social media and how it affects me mentally or emotionally, honestly, sometimes I don't let it affect me any type of way. I just go past tweets and, Instagram posts and I just shake my head to it. Like Rod said, you see people who put up a front or a facade, you know what I mean, and act like they live in a better life than you are, or they trying to show you how they live in the best lives they can live.
Like how y'all niggas
Like,
be
you know what I mean?
vacationing
Like, it's
every
just
week?
like-
What?
It's just like, for me, I see it as I'm just like, yo, bro, like I try not to judge people off their life because it's their life. They got their own life to live. So I just, I throw up and I just shake my head. I'm like, yo, brother, man,
Why?
that's that's how you live and that's how you gonna live. You feel me? So I'm not gonna judge you off the way you live. I just don't feel like it's needed. But if you feel like it's needed, because if we know you one-on-one, we're gonna know how you living. You feel me? You can't hide it from the people that you know personally. You can put it on social media, but like you can't really hide it from the individual. The truth will always come out. So just keep your head up, brother.
And we not
Stop
hating. We're
pretending.
just saying be real.
Yeah, we're just saying like be yourself. That's all. We're
Yeah.
not even saying be real. We're saying be yourself. That's being real, being yourself. You don't have to be a real nigga or a real gangster, any of that shit. Just be yourself.
Like you
That's
said,
what I'm saying.
just saying.
Yeah.
But
I'm not
yeah,
trying to teach you how to live.
like, comment, subscribe, definitely. We look forward to seeing you guys in the next episode.
Thank
Definitely.
you.
Thanks.
Peace.
All right. Click,
Alright,
click,
this
click,
producer-
click,
this
click,
producer-
click, click.